What it is, guys, it's your old boy Pilt coming at you with the semi-weekly Super Strike video. This is the third one this week, and I do not think I'm going to do one tomorrow. I have been discussing this with another YouTuber. I don't have my physicals up to the point they need to be really to get into the fight with Goku proper. But since I just pulled Broly, worrying about the tournament kind of trumps everything else. So we're not doing a Super Strike tomorrow, we're doing something entirely different. As you guys know, we're getting new Dokkan events every single day. So I'll do a video on that every single day. It's going to be a lot of fun. That is actually a great way to transition out of Super Strikes. So very much looking forward to that. Now, first things first, let's talk about the events today. Today we're running Tao Pai Pai and Trunks. Do you need these guys right off the bat? No. Real talk, no. But, in a matter of weeks, we should be getting the level 4 Goku event, which, once we receive that, will transform Goku into a physical type, at which point you will want these characters. I don't know when that's going to happen, but I would suspect right about the 2nd anniversary, when we get Super Saiyan 4s and all that. I think they said Frieza's getting his about the same time. So, that's a thing to consider. Now, what to do as far as, and I will be doing something similar on Frieza here shortly, when we do the Dokkan video later on this afternoon. So stay tuned for that. Big update for that one. Now, let's talk about the Super Strike specifically and just jump into this. Of course, it is a strength event, so we are going to run our mono agility team. They're going to have just the proper buffs to do it. Now, as always, it's not important what characters you use. Just make sure you have your team cost under 52 and you run a +3 key leader. I'm running the Super Strike Vegeta just because he's SA. He should be SA 15. He's not. That's my failure. SA 13 and a +3 key lead. That allows us to run our Mono God lead as the friend character. That's the Super Vegito. Super Vegito makes this a very simple, very simple event. And guys, if you didn't know, all the Super Strikes for the next couple of weeks, I think it's running into July. I'd have to look at the times again, I don't remember, but they're all half price. So now is the time to grind. Even if you can't awaken them, we're gonna have the tournament shortly. The tournament's coming up very soon. I don't know when, but I know it's soon. So farm up your SA10s. If you can, farm up the other 10 on top of that. It's 7 stam to farm up the cards and 12 stam for the medals. So there's no better time. Do it now. There's no excuse not to. If by the end of this event you don't have the Super Strikes all completely farmed up, that's on you. The only one who's not half stam right now, and it irks me to the end of the world, is Grandpa Gohan. I intended to run him today. We'll run him later. He'll be around for a little bit, but I'd run the other Super Strikes first. He's a strength type as well, but he's, like I said, strengths are not overly important. Anyway, let's just jump into this. What support items do you run? Just bring some Senzu Beans. That's all you need. In fact, for this match, we shouldn't even need that. Real talk, we shouldn't need that. Just make sure you run a mono agility team or a mono team of the opposing type with the mono god lead as your friend. When we're running Super Vegito in this capacity, I do heavily, and I mean heavily, recommend running a sealer as well if you have one. Come on, you asshole. You're not going to let me get that gold. Boy, are you? No, got it! Yes, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, sir. May I have another? Perfect. Alright. But that's just the secret to these events. Super simple. Now, this is the medal event. I said we run a medal event earlier in the week. So after we defeat this Trunks, we are then also going to have the 2 life bar Trunks in our face. So, let's see. Let's try to strategize here for a moment. Not gonna be able to do it. That's alright. We at least get his super off. We'll drop down more blue key. And that right there is why we run the agility team, because he can't hurt us. Boom! Oh, hey! You dick! What a douche. Alright. Well, it don't matter what we do, he did. He did. I guess it's a good thing he supered us, because now we can't. He's not going to be able to super us, so we will get our, there we go, counterattack. Ooh, a critical at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. Alright. Now, we are just going to fluff it until, I think that's the one that has zero. Oh, he has zero attack. Anyway, we're going to put him at the end. Oh, I shouldn't have used that. I shouldn't have used that. Real talk, I shouldn't have used that. Alright, there's a lot of int key. So I'm going to try to drop the int key down, see if that's going to be enough to feed Vegito. Maybe. Trunks is being a dick. Okay. Now I'm gonna do this. He needs 4 key. I have 4 key there, but if I do that, I won't be able to get off the seal. Not fond of that. Real talk, not fond of that. Just trying to see if there's a way I can get the key that I need to do the damage that I want. Because what I want to do is I want to seal him, and then that way he can't super me. I'm pretty sure he is going to super this turn, and I don't want him to. Oh, I brought key buff. I brought key buff. You know what? Now I'm not even worried about it. Boom. Alright. Let's see what happens. Now, Oceanus will seal him. So now he can't super us. And he's going to have no choice but to get counterattacked. Oh, Matt did not do much damage at all. Okay, excellent. He's still sealed. That is good news for us. Oh, I didn't see that there was that much. I shouldn't have wasted that. Oh well, that's the thing. Now, if I had gotten off Ten Shinhan's super, that would have been the end of that match. But, as is, it is now the end of this match. Only we need to worry about getting off the seal. Don't need to worry about super. This was actually not a very good run, real talk. I should not have taken that much damage. It'd have been nicer if I had gotten Vegeta right off the bat, things like that. So this was kind of a sloppy run. I messed up, I used some of the agility key, so This one really was an exemplary run, real talk. But that said, you see how simple it is. You could screw up pretty hardcore, kind of like I did, and still just be able to destroy the event. I've talked to a lot of people that have had huge amounts of problems with these events. I'm like, there's no reason to. The only thing I will say perfect is when you're picking characters for your team, always make sure you pick characters that are either a super or an extreme type. Doesn't matter which. The benefits you get from those types aren't going to really be relevant. You just want to make sure they're of that type. Because, and I'll show you what I'm talking about here. Let's go into training. Let's go... we got cost. Alright, so I'm going to go down here at the bottom. So you see, this Yamcha is just an agility type. The problem is when you're going up, and let's go look at Oceanus. Oceanus is an extreme type. That means, extreme obviously means villain if you don't already know. Super types are heroes. Now, if it doesn't say extreme, it just says agility, that means they're non-upgraded. Any upgraded character, like the Trunks we were fighting, is going to do extra damage. So, you still get a little bit of a benefit, but it's almost offset by the fact that you're not that upgraded type. So, always make sure when you're picking your characters, you see my bottom rung here, most of those guys are well, okay, the very, very lower rung. Most of those guys are upgraded. Why? Because I use them in my Super Strike events. They were very cheap to upgrade. They were super, super simple. Their super attacks don't matter. Nothing matters. They're just cheap units to use that I can block with, and then let Super Vegito come in and do all the damage. So these are just your key ingredients to a successful Super Strike. These aren't unique to the event we were running. These were solely for every single Super Strike event you'll ever run. So just remember, team cost 52, always use super extreme types, and use your Mono God lead friend. You will succeed. I guarantee you cannot fail. You legitimately cannot fail with that combination. Worst case scenario, bring some Senzu and a key buff, you'll be fine. That is a Super Strike event. That is every Super Strike event. We'll continue doing this on a weekly basis, semi-weekly until everything's filled up, and we'll see what the demand is after that. That's it for this video, guys. Like if you guys have been running this and if it's been helpful. Hit that like button if it's been helpful. If you have any questions or any comments, post them below. Other than that, always feel free to hit me up on Booker, and I will let your ass out next time.